What's that? My two favourite Aussie comedians appeared on the project. Well, let's see what they had to say.
Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
Whoa! Do you know what? I've said this before, but I literally listen to their podcast every week, somehow related by Dave O'Neill and Glenn Robbins. I love it. It is so good while walking the dogs, and they're so funny. Even the Australian references I don't quite get, I still find amusing.
Guys, this is very exciting. Two of my comedy heroes. Happy to have you here. I want to talk about the podcast, but I saw an image of your podcast recording setup. Look at this. Is this a men's shed support group? What's going on here?
That was when they weren't in the pub.
That's your shed.
At one of the many houses I have around the world.
That's the best one, isn't it? No, over summer we holiday near each other and we recorded in Glenn's shed occasionally.
Oh, great.
Normally we're at the pub. We're at the pub today recording it.
At the pub.
Doesn't look like my podcast studio. I don't have a leaf blower and a hammer in it.
I had people who come in and use those for me.
Sound effects.
I was actually really gutted. So when we were in Melbourne last year, and if you don't already remember, we are coming again this year in less than 2 weeks. We'll be in Australia. So go check out Charlie and Rob on YouTube. It's in the description down below. But I did actually Facebook message Dave O'Neill and he replied. And I said, can I, when I'm in Melbourne, can I come and watch you film one of your podcasts? And he was like, oh, unfortunately, we're away because it was the holidays at the time and they weren't actually in Melbourne. But he did say it's not, I don't think anyone's ever asked to go and watch it. So, but maybe I'll try again this year. Not that I'm in Melbourne for long, but we'll see.
Oh, wouldn't that be... Wow, live sound effects.
Away we go.
So...
Somehow Related, your podcast is called.
Yeah.
You two aren't somehow related, are you?
No, we're not related.
Okay.
No, we've got similarities though. Both our dads were in the Air Force. We both went to the same teachers' college, didn't we?
Yeah, and at the moment we've both got a nasty rash. Which...
Tell us about the podcast. What's the premise of it? Not the rap.
Here's what, it's somehow related. Two things that you wouldn't think are related, but in actual fact are. So we go on a journey to find out how they're related, and at the end, we're helped out by our friend Sam, who tells us what the real answer is.
Yeah, so the first one we ever did was Nazis and Fanta. So, well, if you don't know, do you want to have a guess or?
No.
Fanta was made by Nazis.
No, well, what happened? The Nazis couldn't get Coca-Cola in World War II, so they created Fanta.
They created Fanta?
Yeah, they created Fanta.
See, you're interested.
Fanta's American.
What does this mean?
Well,
I'm just also worried about the sponsors.
No, Fanta was created in Germany in World War II, absolutely. And also Pepsi Max was created by Mussolini. I don't know if you know that. That's a joke, everyone. That's a joke. Let's not go into mellow yellow where that came from. Anyway.
So what would they be the wildest connections you've come up with?
No, I think, well, we also find out stuff about each other. Like we did Enid Blyton and nudity. Do you know what the connection between Enid Blyton and nudity? You read The Famous Five? The Magic Faraway Tree?
Enid Blyton and nudity.
Yeah. What's the connection?
You don't know?
Destroyed my childhood love of Enid Blyton.
You want to say really?
Yeah, you tell them.
Enid Blyton used to like to play tennis in the nude.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
See, again, what? See, these are the things you find out if you tune into our podcast. In fact, it should be a TV show. We should be on this desk doing this show.
It's so true. It could be a TV show. And every week, so I haven't actually listened to this week's one, which is mad because I listen to every one of them on Spotify. But, oh God, it's going crazy. This week's episode is the circus and Pilates. Last week, see, this was a tricky one. Gay Waterhouse and Doctor Who. Now, I love Doctor Who. I don't know who Gay Waterhouse is. So sometimes it's a little bit tricky for me to really get it. Most of the time I do. It annoyed me because billiards and plastic, and they didn't really know what billiards was. Aliens and mixtapes, Satan and Darwin, Tom Hanks and Abraham Lincoln, White Lines and Milk, Winston Churchill and Oh My God, Polar Bears and Penguins, last one, William Shakespeare and Drag Queens. Yeah. Oh, and Halloween versus Daylight Savings Time. Yeah. So there's loads of different topics and it's quite exciting waiting for the next week of what topics are they going to be. But they're so funny.
Every night.
Too far, I don't think.
Should we trial that as TV? What if we throw one at you?
It could be on
See if you can
TV.
figure out the connection.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, we'll make it a bit in-house.
Is it something? Is it something? Oh, you know,
Right.
just go for it. Go for it. We're not experts. We don't pretend to know
No,
it. We don't always get
that's
it
the
right.
fun. That's the joy of it.
Okay, fire
No,
away.
maybe the wrong answer's better than the right one.
Yeah, please.
So,
Okay, where we go?
Sam Taunton, our very own Sam Taunton,
Oh yes,
Yes,
Sam. Yes.
and country music.
Your parents were cousins.
Quick.
Not that I know of, but maybe I'm learning.
What else? What do you got? Dad was maimed in an industrial accident on a farm. Think of all the country music cliches, you know, like you play the banjo.
Do I play the banjo?
Yeah, you play
I don't play the banjo, no.
Okay.
You're related to Johnny Cash.
No, I wish I was related
Got
to
Johnny Cash hair.
Thank
Look
you.
at that.
Thank you. Yeah, that's not it. No.
This is real. We're not making this up for the sake of
How
entertainment.
long does the podcast go for? How long have we got to work?
Steve, settle down. It's okay.
TV, mate, you've got to move on.
We're doing you next.
Oh, no.
That Steve guy seems a little bit grumpy. I don't think he should be on this show. At least the other ones are fairly lively and interesting. That Steve bloke just sitting on the end moaning. Crap, that sounds a bit like me, actually.
I'm going to say that somewhere in your family tree, there's someone who does country music.
I mean, yeah, that's my dad was actually a country music musician.
There you go.
This is his album here. That's my dad, straight from the shoulder. Look at that. Look at that double dead.
I had that record.
Yeah, I think you and 5 other people might have had it, Dave. But yeah, no, he's a country music musician.
Yeah, that was the 90s, wasn't it? Was it the 90s?
Yeah, late 80s, early 90s. Yeah.
Double denim too.
Double denim, yeah. I tried to recreate that, but I look like a sex offender, so I can't.
Glenn, I think I saw Russell Coight on a billboard somewhere the other day. Have you talked
You
to him?
don't think you did see it. You
What's
loved
he
it.
advertising?
You know what he's advertising.
No, I
Don't
can't
pretend that you
remember.
don't
I
know.
was driving
Oh,
fast.
it's some car or something. Look, I'm doing an ad. Russell Coight is doing it hard. Yeah. And
Oh, look at this.
there he is there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mitsubishi? Is it Mitsubishi?
Yeah. He was doing a...
Oh, there he
There he goes. Yeah. Okay, it's a car joke. Whatever, get over it. Yeah, there you go. He was
You're going
doing...
to fall over or something. Oh,
There you go. He bangs his knees, and there are nude scenes as well. So you got to tune in. It's Mitsubishi. Very happy to be involved with the lovely people at Mitsubishi.
Nice car.
It's a very nice car.
Wow, what an
He has to say that.
Yes. And if you stay with the series, there is a nude scene. So well worth seeing. Yeah.
have I got anything to plug?
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, I was the face of bowel cancer for a while in New South Wales. This is a true story.
I find Dave O'Neill, he comes across as doing a lot of dad jokes. It does seem a lot of dad jokes with him, and they're quite quick-witted. But Glenn Robbins is just sensational. He likes being naked, and he can always bring back the Russell Coight character, right? There's always occasions, and we've seen it where, you know, a girl got bitten by a snake but knew what to do because she watched Russell Coight, and therefore he calls her up as Russell Coight. And he's just such a good bloke.
No, it's true.
I had to sit on a toilet and do an ad reading a newspaper. This is,
It was between you and Steve.
you were up for that role, but
I missed out.
I reckon your move, Glenn. That's pretty good. You can listen to Somehow Related on the iHeart app or wherever you get your podcast.
Spotify.
Would you please thank Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill?
I just think, honestly, Glenn Robbins especially is such a nice bloke. Dave O'Neill is just that funny uncle type character. I always listen to Somehow Related, so make sure you do too. Even James mentioned it on one of her Italy vlogs as well. It's just non-stop. It's just brilliant. I want to know who's your favourite Glenn Robbins character though. Mine is Wheeler. I can't remember his first name now. Something Wheeler in Upper Middle Bogan. That's my favourite character. Thank you so much for watching. I may have to do a reaction to Russell Coight and Mitsubishi. I'm going to look for that after this. Thank you so much. Please do like, subscribe, and we'll see you in Australia very, very soon. Make sure you subscribe to Charlie and Rob on YouTube. I'll catch you next time.